Welcome to the 2017 Red Raiders Coaches Show. I'm your host, Joe Hayes, and here with head coach Kyle Langford. Would like to welcome you all tonight. Coach, we're coming off a big win, and
Good win.
Gotta love high school football, Coach. Here we are, 5-4 in the season, and for a little bit there, we were worried our playoff hopes
We're done.
were done. I mean, we really did. We thought they were done, but all of a sudden, we're actually there's a hope.
Yeah.
The stars have got to line a little bit to help us get there, but there is a possibility, and it looks very possible that we could get there. You want to tell us a little bit about Bryan County game, and then we'll kind of go into the playoff picture of what's got to take place. But it was a good game. We got in a lot of players, a lot of JV got reps,
Yeah.
and so let's talk a little bit about. Let's start with the offensive side of the ball, what we had going on.
Well, to start with, I'd like to say, we've heard all the horror stories about how people have been mistreated over there at Bryan County and how it was just, boy, it was terrible. And I'll tell you what, we were treated well, and they were very professional. Coach Mincy, I happen to like him very much, and I think he is doing a good job there. And they're super young, and he's going to get them on the right track. He's been there a long time. But we were treated quite well, and we had nothing but compliments for the Bryan County people, and it was good to see that we were able to play the game the way it's supposed to be played, both sides. I thought there was a lot of class on both sides, and there was nothing that I thought was anything out of the way from either team, so I was pleased with that. And I think that's important for us to let people know when you go somewhere and you enjoy it and you have a good time and you feel like there's good competition and good camaraderie, it's important to let people know that, and I think that was the case with Bryan. But for us offensively, the game plan going in was try to establish the run and let's run the football and, kind of control it that way. But they really did a good job. They brought 2 extra guys down in the box. It was nothing we hadn't expected, but you sitting here now and we've lost, Jesus and Will. And so now we're down to some really young guys playing, and they did a good job. But when you lose that experience of seeing stuff that maybe the veterans see, and you expect it and you make plays, that was a little bit different. So I thought, offensively, I thought we looked pretty poor, to be quite honest with you. We just happened to make some plays, and we weren't able to run the ball like I'd hoped. We still ran for 170 yards, but, in my mind, I was thinking we'd run for a little more than that and probably throw for a lot less. So it balanced out in the end. But I thought Cooper had just a fantastic night. Now, he had a fantastic night.
Well, up from the box, I had the privilege. Brent Johnson normally does the radio with Travis Peavy,
right,
up in the box, but Brent was at the girls softball game and wasn't sure if he was going to make it back. I'm usually on the field doing the sideline reporting with the radio, but I was able to go up in the box and
we
watch.
May have to put you up in the box now Friday night. Don't be surprised.
And I got a little better view of the field, and it looked early there. I know Travis and I both said they are committed to shutting our run down, and they knew that that's what we were going to come in and establish, and I thought they did a really good job. They had some guys big up front, and
had some speed too. Really had some speed at that linebacker spot. They're kind of in the same boat with us. The depth was a little bit of an issue. They were having rolled guys both ways. But they were big up front, and that's what everybody said. They looked good, and boy, they looked good to me. Yeah. I mean, they really did. And we got a couple of breaks, and that was the difference in the ball game. Absolutely.
Well, we were proud of our boys. I know you mentioned Cooper Brown. What was his stats for the night, Coach?
He was 13 of 17 for 271 and 4 touchdowns. And the thing about it is, after halftime, he only threw 1 pass. He only played in 1 series after halftime, and he threw 1 pass. So he did all that in 1/2 a play. But at that point, after we got up to a certain margin, there was no need in keeping him on the field, and we got to have him healthy and keep him rocking along. He's had 2 good weeks throwing it, and just kind of take care of him and get Mason some time going.
Right.
So Mason really got in almost 2 quarters worth of football Friday night, and I thought he did a real good job too. But let me say this, that pass protection was outstanding, and I thought the receivers did a very good job. And once again, you sit there and look, you had Arrington Moore was out with injury, and KJ Castile was out with injury, and what do? We slide 2 more guys in there, And I thought they did a very good job where the offense really didn't look any that much different. But you took a lot of experience and a lot of veteran leadership off the field, and we put some young guys in there, and we just kept on rolling.
Yeah, I got to give it to one of our wide receivers that just really stood out to me. J.P. Peterson, I thought, did a really good job, and and I know we were using him on both sides of the ball. We were having to make some adjustments, but super proud of him. And then some of our young kids, Coach Brown, our little running back.
AJ.
I was probably with him, and then what was the little kid, about the littlest kid on the team that was on JV that run the ball? I'm trying to think of his name. It's slipping my mind right this second. It's.
I'd have to go back and look at it. We looked at it a while ago. We had so many. To be honest, we had so many guys running doggone ball. Now you taxing me a little bit today, but you think about Ethan Moore ran the ball hard now.
Yes, he did.
He ran the ball hard, and we got Tyler Wilcox to carry. He's a senior, and he's done a good job on special teams and from the horseman position. But he got to carry Friday night, and that's something he'll remember for a long time.
Yeah.
And
Xavier Bell run the ball.
Xavier did an excellent job.
Boy, he looks just like his brother. He's, like I said, he's about 4 foot tall.
And what's
his
so
brother graduated last year. He won the scholarship.
Yeah, well, that's Tito.
Right. Was it Tito's brother?
Yeah.
Did he run the ball, right?
Yeah, he did.
And he looked like, he was the tiniest kid on the field, but he got out there.
He probably a little faster than Tito was.
Yeah, and he broke out for about a 12, 13-yard run, and we were jumping up and down in the box, and Bryan County people, were looking over at us, and Travis and I said, that's what you want to see. Even it doesn't matter your size on the field. It's your heart and dedication, how hard you play, and how hard you work.
You work hard, prepare yourself, and then when it's your time to do a job, that's what I tell them. When you get a chance to do a job, get in there and seize that opportunity, because you may not get many, but when you get it, you better make the most out of it. And that's, you think about it, these are guys we counting on for the next several years. And any chance we get to get them on the field now, we're glad to do it, and it's important to the program. But I was tickled to death with young guys jumping there, and they went on right through. Sometimes it's been my experience in 25 years, you throw the young guys out there, and it kind of looks a mess, and they kind of just here and there. But I thought we really looked good, like we knew what we were doing. And I was really pleased with that. There was not a big difference. We were moving the ball with the young guys, too, and we ended up having an unfortunate interception off a tip pass. But you take that away, and we're right there. I was a little disappointed at the end because we really wanted to try a long field goal with Ronaldo, and we could have put it up around 48, 50 yards, and I really think he would have been good from that. And so I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see that. But I tell you what, he was outstanding Friday night.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, punting, outstanding. He had 2 punts inside the 10, and then kickoffs, we had 2. We didn't kick it deep twice, and both of them were in the end zone, and then the extra points were awesome, and then the field goal was just perfect.
One of his kickoffs cleared the end zone. I mean, it landed in the end zone. So for
I would be surprised too. We might have to talk to somebody smart like Mr. Brent to figure out some stats for us. But if Ronaldo's not the all-time extra point record holder here at Bacon County, I don't know who it would be. But he's really good and just been automatic for us.
And another thing, and I heard, did Cooper Brown break the all-time? He didn't.
He tied it.
He tied it. Okay, so he tied the all-time touchdown record for a quarterback.
He did. And somebody asked me, they said, "Are you going to let him throw another one?" And I said, "No." But when you get up to a certain point, let's be real about it. Cooper probably could have thrown 3 more Friday night.
Yeah.
But what good are you doing there? You're going to do something to boost up your ego and your stats at the expense of embarrassing somebody else, and we would never do that.
Yeah.
And those kids from Bryan played hard, and there was nothing for us to get what we could and get our guys out.
And nobody get hurt, too. And that's what you got to look at. Sometimes you go in for something like that, and it may cost you, and somebody gets hurt.
And generally speaking, the way you go about it is if it happens, and within the flow of the game, but you don't go out of your way to make it happen, because that's when stupid things happen. People start pressing and doing things they ain't really capable of. To be quite honest with you, Legondrick almost busted it on that first series after half. We had a little hitch over there to him, and he just got knocked out, or he would have scored on that.
Yep.
And we came back later and scored on a jet sweep with Legondrick. But, had it not been for that, we'd scored there. And then he had a pass to JP to play before that a guy made one of the best defensive plays I've ever seen to throw was perfect, the route was perfect, and the guy made an excellent play that stopped that from happening there.
Well, anyway, Coach, on the defensive side of the ball.
That's where I'm probably the most tickled at.
Yes. Same here, announcing it from the press box. One thing that I think really excited me was one of our young guys, 10th grader, Christian Gurley.
Yeah.
And I know we had a lot of playmakers on the defensive side of the ball, but with him, it's like it started early. He got out there, he's been wanting to play, and I've seen good hustle from him, made some sacks on the quarterback, got in, made some disrupting the quarterback in the pocket, and, we just...
I thought, from looking at the film today, I thought his effort was exceptional. I thought he was on whatever the call was defensively, he was where he's supposed to be, which is always important for us. So I was really pleased with that, and I thought he ended up drawing a double most of the night because he was such a force in there. The thing that will come with age that was not there Friday night was I thought as the game went that he slowed up a little bit. And that's just got to do with being young, conditioning not as good as we need it to be. But his effort was good. But you could tell as the game wore along, I mean, those guys down there like Dawson Murray and him, they take a real beating every night. They do. And you think about it, they're not going to be the guys that make 10 tackles a game. They're lucky if they make 2. But they're drawing double teams all night. They're getting cut all night. And they keep on getting off the ball and playing. And
Dawson Murray, too, he's just always been a kid. I've followed since rec football, and I've known him a long time. And, and I was real proud of him as well in his effort. I couldn't be more pleased with the way he's played. He played really well against Benedictine also. Now. Yeah, he's, 185 pounds maybe?
185 pounds, and he'll bench press the gym right now if we ask him to and squat it. He's just a strong kid and a really good boy. And been very proud of the way he's matured and come along this year. And like I said, he's really a guy that we hang our hat on and count on the defensive line. And a lot of times those guys don't get notoriety. It's the linebackers and the DBs and all that. But I'm telling you, if you're no good up front, you won't be any good anywhere on defense. Yeah. And that's he's been a real big addition for us, and just super pleased with his consistent play this year.
The defense had some big stops where on 4th down as well where they went for it. And, we made a few big stops against Bryan.
Here's the thing that was so frustrating, and I had to bring all the defensive coaches back down to earth. They hit us for a couple of hitches early on that looked really good, but and they were hot about it, but I kept saying, those hitches are not going to beat us. You don't lose games giving up hitches. You lose games not tackling and letting guys behind you. So I felt confident that if we could keep them in front of us and keep coming up making those sure tackles like we did, we would be okay. And when you play zone, anytime you play zone, there's going to be things that are open. And we're in cover 2 shell, we know the hitches are open. And if you hit them good, and if you don't, then we're in business. It's just the way we play defense. And they hit them, and you give up things. Now, when you jump into man, then you take away those things, but you're also more likely to give up a deep ball or a guy running by you. So it's just a gamble you play. But I thought I thought K.J. Brown played his best game of his career. I thought he really played well.
He sure did. Well, Coach, it was a great game, big win, for the Red Raider program. And like I said, the young guys got in and got play, and it kept our playoff hopes alive. And we're just proud of our boys. We want them to know that. I know they've worked hard and they're hanging in there.
And that's the thing we preach to them. It's easy. Here's the thing: when you're 4-0. It's easy to get full of yourself, and you think you're the best thing that's ever walked. And then when you lose 4 in a row, it's easy to think you're terrible and you're the worst team in America and everybody hates you. And it's easy to think that. But the game of football is so psychological that you just got to show up and play the next play. And you just got to play the next game. I don't worry about the previous 8 games at all, or 9 games now. We don't worry about that a bit. We're going to play hard Friday night against Metter, and then we're going to let the chips fall where they may.
Well, Coach, we won. We had a few wins within the region that helped us out. Yeah. Jeff Davis beat Swainsboro.
I had on my Yeller Jacket T-shirt on under my stuff Friday night.
I told one of their touchdown club people, I said, I think you may have more Jeff Davis fans in Bacon County just for tonight than you may have in Jeff Davis, because we were definitely rooting for them for that 3-hour game, and they were able to pull it out. That was huge. It was a big win for their program as well. And but anyway, it did keep our playoff hopes alive, and we still need a little more. We need Toombs to beat Swainsboro this week on Friday, and we need Jeff Davis not to beat Benedictine.
No, we won't. Well, I have my Benedictine shirt on this
Yes,
week, I
so-
guess, but I wouldn't own. I don't know if I own a Benedictine shirt, but yeah, we need those things to happen. But most importantly than that, we need us to beat Metter.
And we have to
You
beat
know.
Metter.
And I can assure you one thing, 1,000%, we won't give a second thought to any game going on other than us and Metter.
That's right.
And guess what? If we go out and we play our best and we're successful and beat Metter, then I really could care less about anything else, because that's all we can control.
Yes.
But if we go out and stink it up against Metter and play lousy, then that's not good. So we're going to go out and try to take care of Metter and play hard. And I'm going to tell you what, if people sleep on Metter, then they'll be real sad too, because Metter's a good football team and they look fantastic. They've got, in my opinion, as a whole, the best looking kids, with the exception of Benedictine. They've got the best looking kids in the region. They got 2 receivers at 6'4". They got a big old good looking tailback, the same one from last year. They got good big offensive linemen, defensive linemen. They really look good. They play hard, and they took Benedictine all they wanted for half, and 10-0 at halftime. And last time I checked, that was a lot better than we did against Benedictine. So, they concern me, and they're a good team.
Well, they're 3-6, I believe.
I reckon.
I believe in the region, they're 1-5. They've only beat Bryan County.
They had a close one, Bryan.
Yeah, they beat Bryan, and 28-25, I believe.
Yeah.
But that's the only region win they've had. But they beat Johnson, I believe, and somebody else. I can't remember the teams. But you're right. They're no sleeper. They're a quality opponent. We're going to have to get out and play Bacon County football and play hard football to get in there and hopefully, come down with a win.
What's going to be the key this week is in my opinion, it's time for some of these injuries and sicknesses to be over with. We're at the point of the year now where everybody's injured and everybody's sick. So I'm really not interested in sickness and injuries. If a guy is really bad off, we want to get them medical care. All right, but bumps and bruises and twisted ankles and all, I'm not interested in hearing that. We want people that know what time of year it is. This is what we work for a program and prepare for, and our kids have been conditioned for that. And we expect them to show up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and prepare like a doggone playoff team and prepare like a champion, like they're capable of doing. And I'll be honest with you, that starts with the coaching staff, and then it filters down that next level with the seniors. And I expect a whole lot out of them this week. And we're going to lean on them, and it's their time. And like we told them Friday night, if this isn't something, boy, if you have any reservations about getting up and practicing and working hard this week, then football ain't for you. Being a Raider ain't for you. Because I'm so excited right now, I wish we was practicing right now, to be honest with you. I'm ready to go.
Well, Coach, if we do win and the chips fall, like we're hoping they fall, and we do get a chance at it's going to be a mini playoff. It's not. We're not. Doesn't mean we're in the playoffs. All it means is there's going to be a 3-way tie between Swainsboro, Jeff Davis, and Bacon County for the 4th slot in the region. So what will happen after that is on a Monday night, we will play on neutral ground, somewhere between the 3 schools. So if
the proposal from the region is going to be Vidalia.
Okay.
That's what the proposal will be, and game time will be 6, 7 o'clock, somewhere in that ballpark. And fortunate enough for me, I've been in a mini game, as a lot of people here remember the one a couple years ago at Bacon. But the way it goes down is we have one playoff spot, and if things go like the dominoes fall like people hope they do, then you'll have 3 teams playing for one playoff spot. We're gonna, if things work out, I keep saying that because you still got everything's got to happen, And we don't ever want to get the cart ahead of the horse.
That's right.
But it'd be 3 coaches. You flip a coin, the odd coin to get the bye. The other 2 will play, and you have 2 5-minute halves. You'll kick off just like a regular game, play 5 minutes. Then another team will kick off, play 5 minutes. If it's still tied after that, you play overtime just like regular overtime. If there's a winner, then the winner's fine. The loser gets on the bus and heads home.
So if you win, you get about a 30-minute break.
20,
30-minute break. And then the team that got the bye, you come in and you go right at it again. So
in the previous one that I did, it was a 3-team shootout for 2 spots. So if you lost the first one, you still had a mulligan, all right? Well, this one, there ain't no mulligan.
That's right.
You better win them all. Every time you get on the field, you better win, or you're done with.
Yep.
And but I'll tell you what, it's going to be fun and exciting, and we seem to have good fortune with those mini games, and I wouldn't expect it to be different this time, and
Yep.
we'll have our boys ready anyway.
Well, we'll see how it shakes down. And Coach, we appreciate everything that you guys are doing from a coaching staff, and and continuing to get in there and coach the players.
And we had a good. I tell you what, we had a good crowd over there Friday night too. Now, and I told you we spread thin between the softball and that, and cheerleading and everything else. But we had a good crowd, and I tell you what, our cheerleaders cheered the whole time, and our band played well. And I couldn't be more happy, to be honest with you.
Well, it's here at home, Raider Nation. We'll be playing Metter here. Be our last home game, and it's senior night.
And we're going to give away an $1,800
That's right.
grill Friday night.
That's right. So you want to be here, see who won the grill. We want to come support our seniors. Be their last time taking the field on Friday nights. So
here.
That's right, here. Be their last time here at home. And so we want to come out and support them here. And
we owe it to them. They're
do.
good boys. And you think about it, these guys, these ain't some Johnny-come-lately guys. These guys have been with this program since day one. Since they were old enough to be Red Raiders, they've been with the program. And I think we owe them something special as far as the support, and just be there for them. And the weather's going to be beautiful, and there really ain't nothing else to do with them on Friday night.
That's
so
right.
You might as well come on and enjoy it. And it's going to be a good game.
It is. It is. Gotta love high school football, Coach. Gotta love it. So, Raider Nation, we appreciate you. We know you'll come out and support our Red Raiders, and we need the 12th man.
One more time, baby. We got to
That's
do it
right.
one more time.
One more time. We got to do our part, and then we'll see where the chips fall. So, anyway, we appreciate everybody. We want to thank our Super Raider sponsors, State Farm, Mr. John Hughes. We want to thank Bert, Mr. Larry Taylor, and we want to thank Clean Air and Electric, Mr. Andy Batten. Those guys, just Raider Nation, I'm telling you, they are just the backbone of our touchdown club and our program and everything we do. Please, please, please get out and do any business you can with these people, whether it's accounting work or whether it's insurance or whether it's air conditioning, electrical, anything with that.
I tell you what I do sometimes. I may not have an issue to immediately, but I'll stop in and just talk to them sometimes. Right. And if I have a question about things, they've always advised me wisely. I think all three of those organizations are very wise at what they do, and they're good businessmen. Mm-hmm. And they've always been able to help me in any help I've ever needed, personally.
And Coach, that says a lot there, too. If you see them at a football game or you see them in the community, please just reach over and tap them and say thank you for your support and all that you do in supporting Red Raider football. And all of our other sponsors, we want to thank you. There's so many. We don't have enough time to list them all, but we want to thank you guys too. And Raider Nation, we will see you Friday night.